Welcome to the final of This GM Taught Me So Much, lesson 20 and onward. It took me a while to make this entire video series, but here are the final lessons I have learnt from Papa Iano. Hello everyone, it is William here coming at you with another chess video. Lesson 20. Do you know this Catalan strategy?
Weakness that we were referring to. So white can play here very patiently, bishop takes c5, because in such cases, I will give you one hint in the Catalan. If this is very important, write it down and keep it in your mind forever. When you play the Catalan with white, when you exchange one bishop, also exchange the second one. Either keep them both or no bishops. So just one bishop is rarely good. When you exchange, this is of course a very general rule, but you see here, when we exchange on c6, immediately we take on c5. And rook a to c1, and white has a stable advantage, e3, king f1, king e2, yes, b3 if necessary, and the torturing begins. Because Catalan is, as we have said, married to an endgame. White is slightly better here, permanent weaknesses, and we're of course only playing for two results, a white win or, in worst case, a draw.
Yes, one of the points of exchanging the second bishop is that black is left with a dark squared bishop, but he has weaknesses on light squares.
Yes, exactly, which gives a wrong impression of activity. Actually, white will play e3 very soon and blind this bishop.
Exactly, the bishop is not so useful, and even if it goes back to protect the pawn, then
white is permanently better. Yes. So let's continue after bishop e7, just for a couple of moves. e4, I play e4, rook f to d8, yes, king f1, let's say c5, which will be obligatory sooner or later, f3 for example. And if rook d4, knight e2, let's play rook d4, knight, or knight b5, maybe even better, knight b5, rook takes d1, rook takes d1, a6, knight goes back to c3. Maybe I have better choices, but let's and then king e2, and then play for a million years, putting pressure on a6, on c5, and playing, and this is the Catalan torturing.
Yes, it's clear that black has no active play anywhere.
Absolutely no chance to win, you can forget about
Plus a couple of slightly weak pawns, maybe not slightly.
So this is an example which we have just created over the board, but you can find or create a million examples or play in your games. So after knight
Lesson 21. Early c4 in the center counter. There's only one good reply.
And a very interesting move for white to play in bleach games is c4, actually. First, I want to attack the queen, then play d4, and then develop my knight to c3. I will tell you that actually black here is worse after every possible move, except queen a5.
This is
queen a5. The only good move about queen a5, the only good idea is that it blocks d pawn. Absolutely no other idea. So let's try another move, queen d8 for example. White will play d4 before not knight c3 of course. Knight c3 is a mistake because e5 blocks the d4 push, and now black is better. So d4 here, for example, knight f6, knight c3, and white is better in all these type of positions for sure.
More space. Okay.
Yes.
So c4.
You see, Grandelius need to play knight c3, and in order to achieve this c4 move, he played knight a4, knight a4, c4, and then knight back. But here you don't even have to do this. So c4 and d4 is coming, but unfortunately queen a5. But still, if your opponent after knight c3 plays queen d6 or queen d8 variation, he will hesitate to play the queen to a5. So knight c3 threatening d4, and black will play e5. Now the truth is that black has a good game. He's not worse. This is a playable position. So if you want, as white, at least for bleach games, you can check out this variation and how to continue here with white in order not to end up worse, but get a good game even here. And then you can try this variation with c4, at least in bleach games, but also in a normal game. Why not? So
okay. Anyway, knight c3 is
yes,
the main move.
Yes, and now I will tell you that instead of knight f3, in my opinion, clearly the best move is knight b5 in this position.
Again with the same idea.
Yes,
queen
yes,
d6,
yes,
c4.
and yes, sometimes c4. Let's check. If he goes to d8, then we play c4. White has good chances here for a small advantage. But if he goes to b6,
because basically you free your c pawn to move and go back without losing so much time,
but
because you win the time back.
But in this particular position, it doesn't work because e5 is very strong here. This move is very strong.
Hitting on the dark squares.
So let's take this move back. So knight b5, I suggest that you play this move as white. Now we simply develop with f3, knight f3 I mean, and whenever he plays c6 for example, now the very strong move, knight to a3. This is the idea, and the knight will come on c4 with a gain of tempo, and white will gain a small but clear advantage. For example, bishop to f5, knight c4, queen c7, knight c to e5. Now white wants to play knight g5 also, or bishop c4, and quite easily bishop f4 is coming. Also quite easily white, without too much effort, has a small advantage.
And now a final funny moment about a knight maneuver from Papa Iano.
In this type of position, especially after the exchange on
Yes,
e4, the knight is not well placed.
Yes, all his attacking squares, all the squares in the center are controlled by c3 pawn. So
the
a
knight
good
is
idea is to
regrouped
remove it, to regroup it.
And
yes.
going to d7, probably to c5, which looks like the more attractive square. I don't know if Yanis remembers this, but in 1994 we played a game against each other.
I don't.
In the same pawn structure in the opening, my bishop was on g2, it was from a different opening, and he made exactly this maneuver, which I had never seen before in this type of position. He played his knight to b8 after,
Really?
in a very similar position, and quite early, knight b8, knight d7, and so on, and I was extremely impressed by this move.
I don't think so.
Yes, well,
So,
I was so impressed that I cannot forget.
okay. Maybe I wasn't impressed by my maneuver, and that's why I forgot about it. So,
Okay, so
c4
knight
threatening,
c4,
yes.
bishop d7, actually, yeah, and bishop.
Here is the outro of the Club Cup from both commentators.
Medals. Congratulations to Medniv Sadnik and Petr Svidler and all his teammates, of course, for at least tying for first place. Probably, most likely, congratulations to Novi Bor, who probably will win their match and also tie for first place. That's pretty much it. I don't think I have much else to say.
Me neither. I'd just like to say thank you for watching, and it was interesting, very interesting for all of us, I guess, and take care.
See you in the near future.
It has been an honour and a privilege to be able to have had the chance to watch high-level commentary from this excellent Grandmaster, Papa Iano. I hope he will do more commentary in the future and more tournaments. I can't wait to watch him again.